What's happening, YouTube? We are back for the final part of our How to Paint a Boat series, and if you've been following along with us, we want to thank you for watching and supporting the channel. And we hope that these videos give you some of the knowledge you need to get your projects done. So on the previous step, we applied the finished primer to our hull sides. We gotta let our primer cure for at least 24 hours before the next step, which is the final sanding. And before we dive in, you need to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel and will keep you up to date with all the new content we drop for you. Alright, so let's get back to the boat. Refer to our part 1 video where we apply the guide coat before sanding. You can and should do this to ensure that you sand all the texture out of the primer and not burn through anything. You can also do this so you don't miss any of the small cracks or defects that you still may have. After applying guide coat, we're going to start sanding again. We're going to be using the same sanding technique as part 1. The only difference is that we are changing our sandpaper to 400 grit sanding disc. You can also use a 320 grit, it is more commonly available. Keep a good consistent pattern around the whole boat, and remember not to add too much pressure. Let the sander do the work. Now that we sanded, we are going to do our final wash down. Follow the technique in the part 1 video. Use a brown Scotch-Brite pad and water. No detergent needed this time. This is an extremely important step because it is here that you will wash away 90% of the dust and particulates before applying paint. Skipping this step and just performing a chemical wipe down would only smear the dust and could cause negative reactions with the paint. After washing it, let it dry and start taping up your green masking paper again on the top and bottom. You don't have to change out the plastic you used to cover the boat, just the paper. If we had not applied paper, the primer that was sprayed on the plastic would flake off and get on your substrate. This is why we use short paper to cover the edges. Now it's time for our chemical wipe down. We are using the Sontara solvent washcloths. We're going to use the same 2-rag method as we did in part 2, only this time I have a friend helping me. The first person saturates the area with solvent and uses the rag to wipe it and spread it completely. The second person wipes the area right after the first person, picking up the fine particulates and heavy leftover solvent. Do this around the entire boat. After the solvent wash, we are down to our final prep stage, the tack rag. Tack rags are cloths that are coated with light waxes that pick up the smallest dust and their particulates. We use this right before painting to make sure that our substrate is dust free. Using light pressure, wipe the surface with the tack cloth. Don't apply heavy pressure, as this could cause you to transfer the wax from the tack cloth onto the surface, causing negative reactions. And now it's finally time to spray some paint. We're going to be spraying Emerald MS600 single stage top coat. This is a premium high solids acrylic polyurethane paint designed for the marine industry. This paint is high gloss, covers extremely well, and it's very user friendly that will last you for years. Before spraying, we need to get our gun set up correctly. Here I want to show you what wrong looks like so you can recognize it when you're setting up. A close look at this test pattern shows heavy blots of paint on the edge. This means we have our fluid knob way open or our air knob way too closed. So now we turned up our air and show you how opening up the air knob allows for the paint to be atomized into finer particles, removing those heavy blots. However, we didn't turn up the air so heavy that we're now splitting our fans. Now we adjust our fan size knob to show you how you manipulate the length of the spray fan. This is all about finding a balance. A good starting point is to open your fluid and fan size knob all the way and set the air pressure to the suggested PSI for your particular spray gun and type of paint. With this DeVelvis Techno Pro, we are using a 1.2 tip and setting the PSI to about 26 to 28. This way we achieve a well-balanced and efficient spray fan. Moving on, we are going to show you how to actually spray the paint using this panel's demonstration. With your gun set up, set yourself up so you can see the surface you're spraying from the side, not directly in front. Your gun should be about 6 inches away from the surface. Keep this in mind as you're moving so you don't get too close or too far. Use the length of your arm as a guide for the length of your spraying strokes. Don't try to stretch yourself out. You want to start slightly above the highest point of your surface to ensure you cover the entire surface with the fan. And move your arms in and away from you. Don't flick your wrist around. Think of yourself as a machine and move very deliberately. Start and stop at the end of every stroke and try to maintain a 50% overlap from the last stroke onto the next. Here we are using some evaporating solvent just to run you through the motion. Be robotic and keep your arm moving. Don't worry about being too fast. That will come with practice. Now we do it in the panel with real paint. Remember standing on the side, using your arm as the guide, and gun about 6 inches away from the surface, and stopping and starting to spray at the end of every stroke with a 50% overlap. Use these basics to get you started and build up from there. So here we are. I took this opportunity to teach the owner of the boat how to spray Emerald paint. This particular paint can be applied in a single coat and cross coat, saving you an incredible amount of time while still achieving necessary film thickness and gloss. Use the same fundamentals we used on the panel and focus on being consistent. On a project this small, you can be a little slow because your edge will stay wet. If you like, once you finish a section, you can take a look from the side to make sure you have good color coverage and no dry spots. As you can see, we are achieving complete color coverage in just 2 coats, but in just 1 pass around the boat. With most other paints, you would traditionally lay out multiple coats with multiple passes with wait times in between coats just to achieve the same finish. I'll leave you to watch how we finish the side of the boat, or you can skip to the end to see the finished product. As we get to finishing up, we just want to thank you for watching and following us along. There are many ways to go about a project like this, and technique will vary greatly on your level of experience and the materials you're using. We're going to be posting a real in-depth playlist on prep work and spraying paints and primers, so be on the lookout for that. Overall, this project came out looking great, and we can rest easy knowing we did a quality job with the highest quality materials in our industry. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and post any questions you have down below. And go and check out all our other cool videos. We have a ton of great content to share with you. You can also follow us on Instagram so you stay up to date with the latest news in the industry and all of our sales and promotions. And don't forget to visit our website at meritsupply.com so you can see the full lineup of great products we have for you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again on the next one.